Welcome to another Xplane video. Today I'll be demonstrating how to fly the Airbus A300-600 Freighter Edition for Xplane12 by iniBuilds. It's fairly easy plane to start actually, even with all these buttons and gauges up here. There's just a bit of a procedure to go through in the cold and dark, but everything else from then is really easy to follow. So I'm going to use my checklist I created for this plane. And it's really easy to memorize, so I probably don't even need it, but I will leave a link in the description, so just instead of writing down everything I say, you can just look at that checklist for a reference. And I'll just be showing where the buttons are in the video. Alright, I now have the checklist all loaded up, and I will be flying on VATSIM today, but there is no controller available at Los Angeles right now, so I can just take off and talk to Unicom while I demonstrate this plane. So, here is the checklist in all of its glory. Take a real quick look at it. There's some parts that I probably still need to modify, and I'll be first testing off the second modified version in this video. And if it's all good, then I'll be posting it to Xplane forums after I publish the video. And that's where you can find the checklist. Okay, so let's first start by turning on the batteries. So line that IRS's. Put in heading mode. It's not gonna show up right now, it's gonna show up as 0 minutes. That's not a bug. It just means that we need to align it in the FMC. You can turn on the nav and don't need to turn on the logo lights because we're not flying during the dark. Go over to our EFB, ground services, connect those chocks or place them, external power on. Note this air stairs, and we can connect that fuel truck. We're not gonna call the loader just yet. Okay, now we can load up the plane. Gonna be using the SimBrief OFB. Go down, find your CFW, make sure it's the right units. And we're gonna put the fuel on board now. It's gonna be 3.6. You can load it. We can set it to takeoff performance. Okay, this is 000. You can type in the winds if you want. I'm gonna go ahead and get the ATIS information. Just want to show this on the Xplane community server. If you go down to bot spam, you can do this key, and then you can put in the IKO for a certain airport, and it'll give you METAR reports. And that's how I'm able to find the temperature, the AHPA, altimeter. Don't need to worry about any of that. And we can put in the IKO. And our suggested runway from SimBrief is going to be 25 left. Okay. Forgot to connect the ground power in here. Alright. Go over to FMC. Go into FMS. In it. Type in our destination, KLX to Salt Lake City. SC. Check real quick. Right. And press the inline and rest button, and now our timer is going to start 2 minutes until the what is it called? Those things are aligned. Okay, we can put in our cruise altitude. It's gonna be 35,000 feet on today's flight. And our call sign is FedEx 132. Our cost index, can find that on our OFB, is going to be 21. And our cruise wind for cruising altitude today is going to be 363. And go to our takeoff and approach. Send data to the FMS. Now, our V2 is going to say 100. It says 151 in here. Maybe you're wondering why. And that's because the you put in the V2 on the autopilot section up here. Now, none of those little numbers or spaces are going to allow us to type anything in yet because we need those first two align. So once they are all aligned, turn on the pitch trim and the yaw dampers and the ATS, the throttle systems, and then we can put in all this stuff up here. What's that? Okay, I call these dive-stars, they are the IRSs, and now they are aligned to turn on all this stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the APU now, and put in that. Sure. Oh, okay. Gallery on, and then we can turn on the APU bleed. We're gonna wait for it to fully start up, and then we can disconnect the ground power because we don't need it anymore. Turn on the strobe lights tile. Turn on those lights in here. Alright, sweet. Now we can, what else do we do? Seatbelt signs, turn those on and those. And we can, in here, completely forgot to load the plane. Before you load fuel and, no, as soon as you put in the fuel in the load sheet, turn on the loader and the fuel truck. That's not what I did. Missed that step. Now we can, normally you have payload and fuel all put in before you turn on the signs, so that's what I forgot. Okay, turn on the cargo smokes. Okay, now we can turn on, we'll make sure the pressure is on normal, and we can turn on the exit plates. And now we have to stop our plate line strongly. Here, and it's still connecting. What type of traffic we have today? Not much. It's gonna be a pretty chill morning. Oh, here. ALX, and go to our reading page on OFP. We're on 25 left for departure today. Ocean departure, BL transition, insert. Down here after BL, we're gonna go on Q842 airway, but after that is winning. Okay, and then MLF. 5. EML transition. I'll make sure to do this. It's over here. Okay. It's going to be off and flex. 54. Okay. Next. Set our altitude for feet today. No other way to do this. It's gonna take this long. Okay, so start. Gotta wait. Plane to finish. Just get back. It's done loading. Alright, I'm done loading the plane, and now I can just remove the loader, remove the fuel truck, remove the chocks, remove the airs, remove the... There we go. Remove the external power and the air stairs and the chocks. Turn on our beacon light. Go into here and go into our exits. Make sure those are all closed. It's like they are. Go into our blue pushback. I'm just gonna go straight
Ground to
back.
cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Start our pushback. We're gonna put our at A. Just a step. Gotta turn on the fuel pumps first. That's the most important part. Or else we are not gonna be able to take off. Now we can put it on A. Put it on A if you're your captain. You put on B if you're first officer. I don't think it really matters. Alright, so here's the thing we're gonna do. N2, we're gonna wait for it to get up to 18 or 22% on that range, and we're gonna put in the fuel cutoff to idle. And then we're gonna wait for engines 2 or engine 1 to idleize, and then we can start engine 1 and the same procedure. We're gonna wait for N1 to...
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Never mind, we're gonna wait because it says arms. It's gonna say open. We're gonna wait for it to not say open, go back to arm, and then we can start up that. That's how it's gonna work out. Alright, we're gonna release the parking brake. We're gonna turn on.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
It's gonna accelerate really fast, so we have a fast reaction time. Turn on the engine cutoffs. Wait for it to get to 20% today, just to be on the safe side. That's enough. And now we're gonna wait for it to go from open to arm, and then we can start engine 1. Okay, it's on arm now. We're going to start 1. And it's now at 20%. Spoilers decided to go on. Oh, that's stopping any moment now.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Yeah, those are actually disconnects. We're just gonna move the front focus tab. Alright, we're gonna turn off lights and taxi lights on. Just the perfect amount. Okay, now we have to look the PDF in it. One way, 125 left. Lucky me, it's like right there. It's actually not lucky me. Oh no, it's fine. I just have to turn. Probably should have faced this way. It's fine. Alright, I'm gonna turn this to 30 range. Oh, I can't forget my altimeter. 30.16. Alright. Very smooth. Alright, we're gonna taxi all the way down to 25 left. I'll reach back over there. Alright, we're about to take off, and I'm gonna explain the autopilot so you don't screw up and crash like I did the first time. I go over to my checklist and I put some things down in there, so it kinda makes sense. One, we're gonna engine to continuous relay, max, max. Now our landing light's gonna go on, turn that wing light on, turn this to take off and turn the strobe on. And since there's no control, I'm gonna go. I probably should have done the squawk earlier. Well, I'm on mode C, but there's no controller to know if I did that. Alright, TA brown now. And let's start it. Takeoff toga button is gonna be this button right here. I'm not gonna press it yet. It's gonna arm the auto throttle, and once we're in the air, I'm gonna select profile. Nav profile is basically VNav, and nav is basically LNav. If you're from Boeing, that will make sense. We're not gonna do level change. I'll explain what level change does later. And there's no toga button over here. I don't know why. Let's go ahead and take off. First, we're gonna get our N1 up to 40%. And then we'll press the toga button. Amateur move right there. Changes Unicom, FedEx 142, take off 25 left. Alright, increase up to 40% N1. And press the button. It's going to arm the auto throttle, as you can see. And make sure your V2 is in, because that would be kind of bad. Alright, and this plane is very easy to steer. So, just secure your center line with the runway before you take off. It's kind of hard to center line it afterwards. Look at that view. Okay. Almost off center line. Now you know you did everything right if you're starting to actually accelerate and be able to hit the B1. last time I wasn't. That means I did something wrong. That's the fuel the engine's on accident. Positive, right? Off, wing light off, and well, just gonna connect AP, turn nav on, turn profile mode on, and now we're basically chilling. Here, hit S, and then we're gonna turn off our flaps. At 10,000 feet, we will put the ignition to off, and we'll do our average checklist. It's average in graphics moment. It's all weird on the side. What is this? What happened to my plane? And you'll know you did everything right again if the speed doesn't show up. VNAV is taking care of that. Alright, let's wait till we hit 10,000 feet. Looks like we've hit 10,000 feet. Your ascending rate is gonna start to decrease a bit. Turn off our landing lights, turn off the seatbelt sign, and then we're gonna start continuous lights to 2. After this, when we hit 18,000 feet, we just have to STD mode and find this button right here. That's pretty much it. You just level off and you go into cruise mode, and the engine's throttles will take care of themselves. So it gets really easy after this, and landing this thing is a piece of cake too. So I will get back at we start the cruise, and then I'll get back when we start to go into approach. Alright, I'm just reaching cruising altitude, and now basically I can just plane on until we're all the way into our top descent. And that's how it is. There's nothing else I need to do in the plane. Let me make sure the something doesn't happen, something bad doesn't happen. It starts nose diving, but that's not gonna happen. Hopefully not. And that should be it. Autothrottle, autopilot should take care of the rest of the trip. So we'll see you at top of descent. Right, so I'm at the top of descent now. And you know you're at the top of descent when zoom in just a bit. This arrow sticking out, it's also in the practically every other Airbus plane. For that. Should reset your altitude. I said 3,000 feet, because that's standard elevation that I can afford. CD, that's fine. So, when our plane is like right over it, I'm gonna engage level change, and when the plane starts to pitch down, I'm gonna engage profile, because it won't descend via VNAV by itself. So profile. So I don't know why it doesn't do that, but that's just the way you have to do it. I'm gonna wait until we're right above it. We're just gonna do what I said. Oh, and before then, we can start our landing performance. Gotta get the guitars for that. Let's see if we do that. I have to get the frequencies. This guy's going to say this is me. That. Wait for it to show now. So we're gonna go in and double change. And then we'll switch to profile when it starts to push down. Now, okay. I'm gonna go up a bit. It's gonna try to match the airspeed. Alright. I'm gonna go to a trusty site. Sharp Fox. And we get the approach information. Salt Lake City. We're not doing Cat 2 or Cat 3 today, we just need Cat 1. Okay, 111.9er is our frequency. Okay, and our course is 344. That's all you need to do for the ILS frequencies. Alright. Gonna go ahead and get the meter reports. Okay, temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. HPA is 1027. W. Three. On here. Full. Puke. Alright, so our V reference can be 131 knots, or KIs. And our V reference is also the landing speed, our reference speed. Just keep that in mind. Anything else from the checklist? Decision height is one we need to do. So it's gonna be the elevation is 4,000. Maps real quick. It's gonna be at like 7,000. Sounds right. No, I'm just like 7,000. Look, yes. Actually, no, it should tell on the. Here. We should be at 6,000 feet, so 6,500. In the safe side there. Okay, decision feet. I do not. Now, I don't really know how to set the decision height, so I'm probably gonna get this wrong. But it's gonna be. Actually, just for this video, I'm gonna skip this stuff. Just because I'm not familiar with that system just yet. So I don't think it's really that necessary. I mean, decision height is the height that you should go to when you're doing a go around if you miss the runway. So I don't think that has anything to do with the ILS design. Right. Alright, I don't think I'm missing really anything else. Okay. That did all of that stuff. Okay, I'll just get back when we are gonna go on our final approach. What I did forget to mention is these things over here. You're supposed to press the buttons when you go into climb mode or cruise mode. I completely forgot to put that on my checklist when I was modifying it. So if you're just seeing this now, which you definitely are, then just don't forget to do that. You definitely have to be careful over descending over these mountains, because one wrong mistake can, well, lead you to crashing. As if everyone watched it live, in the Citation X, I almost crashed on my way to Los Angeles from Wyoming. I wasn't paying attention to the altitude, and, well, I was paying attention to it, but it was too much cloud cover, and I wasn't paying attention to the US systems. But it was when I saw the ground just like 10 or 15 feet, that's over throttle and full, or cruise mode, or climb mode. That's when you start to save yourself from that. Always look at your charts before you descend into mountainous territory, like terrain, I meant. This stuff. Alright, so we're approaching the runway. Look at full length, it's just a straight shot into 3-4 left. No more mountains anymore. Runway is literally right over there. Oh. And now descend again. I'm gonna do 7,000 feet. I'm gonna do level change this time. I'm gonna go down to 220. Get prepared for the ILS. Now, after 10,000 feet, continuous relay, landing lights, all that stuff. Yup, everything's set. Hey, the runway is another person over there, so I gotta connect the Unicom. Maybe right here. Alright. Laps 1.
Salt Lake City traffic up to a 110-mile final runway 34 left. Salt Lake City traffic.
Looks like a Dunlip. I'll be intercepting the ILS right over there. Now it's really simple. You see the switcher, you just gotta select the ILS mode on it. All you have to do, put in the frequencies and select that mode. I don't think you have to do it on this side. You have to do it on this side. It's whatever side you're on. Now, there is a feature, Autoland, and it sucks on this plane, so I would not use it. Or else you might have. Is that? No. It has to be. That is a different airport. Our airport is there. Just careful, man. Patient. I'm not. So, Autoland, don't use it because one of my friends, they would get like negative 500 FPM on it. That's horrible. That's not even a. I'm not gonna use this. I'm not gonna use this term. I don't like to use the term, but it's not even really buttering it. Which isn't really our goal because we're trying to hit the touchdown zone, which is should be your goal. Like this. Just don't use this. Don't press it. Just when I'm arm hand mode. This is basically approach mode in different Airbus planes. It's just called land. So you just press it to arm it or engage. Oh, looks like we're on Cat 2 today. Oh, I know we're on Cat 2. It's because the clouds are a little low. Alright, let's move this down to 180. At almost empty. 5. Once this purple triangle reaches this little circle right here, that's when I'm gonna bring the gear down. 60. Reference 141. I don't like that. Doesn't sound right at all. I think it's because of this landing weight. Yeah. Sure. I'm just not gonna go down to 141 because that seems way too low for this flight.
3032, which runway are you landing on?
That's what we're 60 today. Okay, looks like the systems really want us to have our gear down, even though you should be putting it down with the purple triangles right here. That's what I do. I've always been doing, but once it down. Alright, we have a straight shot right onto the runway. This should be fairly easy. Looks like there's another plane ahead of us landing at this. Nope, he's taxiing. Straight shot onto.
Salt Lake City traffic, Noble 085, taking off runway 17 for SLC4 departure.
Also, in this plane, when you're about to land, you're disconnecting the auto pilot. Normally in the other Airbus planes like the A320, you wouldn't disconnect the auto throttle, but you have to if you want to bring the throttles to idle. So just make sure before you land, disconnect the auto throttle, and then you can roll back the throttles to like 20 above. Delta 201 already landed. Yeah, Delta 201's over there. Just get quick here for 3-4 left. So let's see, traffic, X132, clear to land, runway 34 left. Bring this down to 150 because that was my paper for the last time. Make sure there's enough runway to actually land. Alright, we can look at our checklist. When we land, it's gonna be we'll turn on our auto brakes to medium, and we're gonna turn on the brake fan, which is over here. Spoilers will automatically deploy. Turn off those auto brakes. Turn off reverse thrusters. Turn off.
Salt Lake City traffic, Noble 085 is off of the SLC4 departure, headed out. Have a good day, guys. Salt Lake City traffic.
Okay, and this is where I'm parking today. Looks like we can easily access the FedEx ramps off. Alright. Get to landing. We're going to disconnect AP soon. This is just a straight shot into the runway. We can't mess this up. Below. That's really annoying. The throttle disconnected. Throttle's idle. Brake landing. Okay. Thrusters on. That is so annoying. Brake fan. At 40 knots, disconnect auto brakes. At 20 knots, throttles back. Exit on this ramp. Keep master on. I don't know how to turn this off. That's really annoying.
Flight slow.
Alright, I know an easy fix, so we just gotta turn off the sounds. Alright. We're gonna taxi to... Don't care about dump file. Gotta taxi fast. Okay, it looks like our cargo ramp's all the way over there, so... I'll just taxi over there. Alright, I'm done taxiing, and that concludes the tutorial for the iniBuilds A300-600 Freighter Edition. And the passenger edition is very, very, very similar. It's identical, just there's no loading process or any of that stuff. It's just not the freighter one. They're the same plane. That would be the end of it. I will be posting to on YouTube when the next tutorial will be, and it will probably be the A330 or Metroliner or the Zebo 737. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but that concludes this video.